You came, like you legit subscribed, like you legit decided to join me on my first ever episode to kick off Clara with Clara. Hi guys, my name is Clara. If you follow me on social media, it is CK Music, and I wanted to bring more of a personal touch, like I said, on all the adventures and breakthroughs and healing and everything within this space. So that's why I named it Clara with Clara. My real name is actually Clara Kawa. Clara Kawa. My last name originates from Tanzania. Parents are Tanzanian. Big up all the TZ people in the Bliss house. I grew up in Jamaica, but I was born in the US. So I am multinational, right? Before you cuss me off, you're gonna be like, yo, before we talk about why you did it, let's talk about what you did. What you do, girl? What did you do? CK, what did you do? Here's the thing. Today we are talking about why. I brought my little wine. I'm one of those like white wine salsa girls that it helps loosen me up. It helps to mellow me out. It makes me comfortable. So if you are a white wine, red wine, whiskey, whatever your drink of pleasure is, go get a glass, go get a cup. I'll wait while I sip, and let's get comfortable with each other as we get clearer with Clara. Like I said, I wanted to talk about why, and why pertaining to why am I here, why start Clara with Clara, why the music, if you know me for that, why have I done the things that I've done, and also to help, hopefully it will bring some either clarity, affirmation, encouragement about why you should pursue your why you should start to not just survive but begin to live in accordance to how you've always seen your life, right? So let's kick it off with music. So in 2011, I started music in 2011, and at the time I was studying actually for a professional exam called CFA. No, I just had to do it before the job that because I was entering a new department, and I've been talking to the screen all this time, and I'm supposed to be talking to you, but don't you worry about it. I was doing a new job. It was one of the exams that will help me be proficient and give me the basic understanding of the knowledge base that you had to have in this job and in this field. So I was doing it for that, right? And you know how you're late at night studying, you need the coffee to try to keep it up. For me, it was music as well as coffee. And I remember listening one night to, like, it was Riri, right? And I think it was oh na na, what's my name, like that album was out at the time. And I remember, like, while I was studying, I got a vision of this woman on stage in a stadium full of fans that were just screaming for her. And it was almost like I was envisioning a concert that I was at, right? And it was strange because it felt like I was on stage, but I was also in the audience watching. So I remember the reveal being like from bottom up. So I saw her shoes, I saw that her lower half, I saw that she had a style, a fashion sense that I really loved. And I didn't even see the full outfit, but you just got that vibe from her. She was high energy, she was really relatable, she could dance, she could perform, she was sexy but fun at the same time. And that was just the energy that I got from her concerts. And then more and more the person was being revealed, and it was just like, as they reached to the top, I saw my face. And that was the first time and only time I really ever gotten a vision like that. And I just remember thinking to myself, I want to be her. I want to be her. But I'm out here studying for an exam. How's it gonna be? Because I can't just take up and go to the studio. No, it was a sort of exam that you really just had to dedicate your whole life to, right? And I remember calling my friend Carl Morrison. If you don't know Carl Morrison from the music industry, he's the guy who did Busy's One More Night and Night Shift and other popular reggae rhythms and songs back in the day. And he knows me from St. Peter and Paul choir, where I was singing. And so when I called him, I just remember bursting in tears and just really being very vulnerable, because it was really, this time when I said I wanted to sing, I really meant it. And I was terrified because now I knew that I wanted so bad to be this person. And he just said, yo, see, I hear it in my, don't worry about it, when you finish school, when you finish doing whatever, then we can work on it. And this is probably like March, your girl was like hella excited. I was just like, yo, I can't wait for this to be done and get in the studio. And I already knew that, yo, I probably fail this crap. I probably fail it. I don't care, because I knew music was what I wanted to do. And my brother, if you know my brother, he is Quick Keys. His real name is Timothy, but he's also known as Quick Keys, and he was studying at Full Sail, I believe, at the time, so he was probably visiting. He wasn't back yet. And I remember us driving home, so I actually told Clara before I told Timmy, and I said, so Timothy, I want to sing, I want to do music. And he's like, okay, why? I'm like, because I've always sang, and I like the Brandy and whatever. Brandy and Monica, Leo, Tony Braxton, Mariah Carey, all the people who I looked up to from when I was a teenager coming up. So R&B was in me, right? That is my base. So I'm here like, yeah, because I wanna try. Let me tell you, do you have, like, comment below if this is you. If you have one of those people in your life who read you and they be like, you're not going to give me the pageant answer, you're not going to do it. Try it with anybody else but me. Don't do it. And that's who my brother is. And if you've come in contact with him, comment below. So that's how I know you family right here. You family falling family right here. And he's one of those that encourages, but really delves down and gets to the root of the things, because that's where you need to operate from, and not, he doesn't give you the symptoms of stuff, he does with the real, right, the root, the meat of the matter, like what is it. So he says, why? Okay, there are gonna be many other girls out there, are many girls who are singing so special about you, why should people listen to you? And it wasn't said in a disgusting way where it's like, yo, why people must care, but he was more like, why are you amongst everybody else, and so I just remember, I don't remember what he said at this point in time, but I remember when we were driving home, listen to me, I just remember saying, because I have something to say. There are many people who are like me, who went through what I went through as a teenager, who need to see them being represented in the public space. People who went through depression, people who went through other things, who gave up on life and did not feel as if it was anything there is nothing worth it. There is no hope, that life does not, nothing good exists for this, and there's nothing worth living for. They need to see somebody who thought like them, who fought like them, who overcame in the public space, pursuing their dreams, win or lose, draw, whatever, just pushing through, and so that it can give them hope, so that they don't feel alone, so that it will encourage them to step out and pursue their dreams too. And I remember crying, right, because it was a very true moment for me, a very honest moment for me. And after it's okay. I don't remember what he said after that, but that's when I learned he wasn't drilling me for his peace of mind or for me, or teasing and taunting me. It was really for me to understand why I was pursuing what I was pursuing, so that anytime I decide to I get discouraged and I don't want to do it, I go back to my why. And so you heard everything that I said, like why I wanted to do it was to use my life as a testimony, and to to share my life experiences, to share with people and show people who have felt like how I've once felt in my life, that, you know, life is worth living, that there is hope and there is success, there is happiness on the other side. No, it won't be easy, but trust me, it will be worth it. And I needed for them to see somebody who has overcome, you know, living it and doing it well on the other side, you know what I mean? But I had to create my song. Like, how you gonna do music and you don't know your song? So the first 5 years really was spent honing my sound, and I was excited. Like, this is a whole new space I'm growing. Like, there are the DJs who you wanted to play your music. There was listening and hearing your song on the radio for the first time. There was hearing certain DJs, prominent DJs play your stuff. There was hearing it being played internationally. It was just a new space, and there was just a lot of things. Like, I was a kid in a candy store, just going. Now, bear in mind, I work a 9 to 5. I still work a 9 to 5, by the way. I work a 9 to 5. I was a full-time semi-professional dancer. So I guess, well, semi-professional meaning it wasn't my 9 to 5, but best believe after 5, oh, it was all I was. And I was doing that for 20 years actually. I stopped in 2018. I was that, and then I was taking up music, which took me from 5 to whenever I had to get home and probably get 3 to 4 hours of sleep, because that's how it was. I wasn't in the sphere like everybody else who had it as their bread and butter. I had to catch up, right? And so I was doing that. I'm not going to, like, we will talk about how I found my voice in music and in life, and we'll talk about the struggles, the challenges that came with that journey. But just know it wasn't easy, and I had to endure a couple of, not meltdowns, but physical, you know, like fatigue was real. The body calm down was real a couple times. Well, but one particular time it was more than just fatigue and physical fatigue. Like, I felt like mentally I was drained, physically I was drained, emotionally I was drained, financially, every lead that is in the dictionary, it is the girl I was feeling. Every lead. And it was because I was giving, like, ladies, talk to me in the comments. You know that one, man, you know, when you're in a them relationship that I give everything, like soul, everything, and you're giving 2,000,000% and the person's giving you 50, it ain't adding up. It ain't equal. This ain't partnership. This is not equally yoked. You know what I mean? And that's what music felt for me, because how can you be in the music business and not know about the business of music? Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that. And so it was a lot of me giving and spending, but not necessarily recouping and being compensated in the way that I was spending. So it was really taking a lot from me. And this was on the high of my biggest song ever, which was with Konshens, called Body of the Year. If you don't know it, I will click the link, or I'll put the link, I should say, in the description box. It's both on his page and on my page, and I'd obviously love the support. But it was on the heels of that, when you're supposed to put a bubble now, yeah, door open now, and I'm like, I have nothing left to give. And I remember calling my friend Kenisha and saying, Kenisha, I can't do it, because there was also a familiar feeling of I was losing myself. And if you've ever been in a situation where you lost yourself, like you lost your will to fight, you lost your will to do anything, like you don't want to live and you just don't want, like, if you know what that feels like, I never reached that far, but there was a slipping that was very familiar, and I couldn't afford to enter that space again. And when I called her, she's like, you know who you should talk to? You should talk to Tifa. And I'm talking to Tifa, and I'm being on the phone, and just like hysterically crying and talking and everything. And she's like, okay, where are you? So I said, I'm by my brother. I was thinking that she's gonna say, let's link up. She's just like, you know what you sound like? You sound like you need to regroup, you need to rest, you need to regroup and refocus. If you want to stop music, CK, for the rest of the year, that makes sense, because it's like probably 3 to 6 months that was left in here, I can't remember. That's fine. If you want to stop music like forever, I get it, girl. Like, I get it. And if that's what you need to do for you, do that. I don't think that you should stop music though. I think if anything, you should start to redirect your energies in the spaces where you are appreciated, where they buy into you, and where they want you, where they listen to you. And I thought that was such great advice, but I was so burnt out, I couldn't take it. And questions like what happens when because I'm here, truthfully, any loan, any money I get went straight into music. Spell savings, how it go, like what is it? Where's my chain? Where is it? Where did it go? Like how does the concept of savings work, guys? How does it work? I don't know, right? There was none of it. But if ever there be a day where I wanted to purchase property, I wanted to buy my first home, I'd have to clear all that debt that I incurred for this pursuit before I can delve into this one. Is it worth it? Like I had to really be looking at it. Is it worth it? And long story short is I had to walk away. And I fell out of love with music. Like I was resentful and bitter. You know about those relationships, whether it be with people or things, passions, pursuits. You know about it. And I spent the time just focusing on dancing and how I could elevate myself, and I pursued, purchasing a home. And we'll talk about that as well. They told me what came with it. I probably wouldn't do it. I thank God I did, but I probably wouldn't do it. Because that also was a defining moment for me. But what I would say is being financially unstable and living from that scarcity was also another slipping moment for me that had me questioning, like, what's the purpose of all of this? And having financial woes like that, like, let's be real, you can, give me preach, CK, preach in the comments. Like it's a different sort of depression. And it's not just, getting like $5,000 today and then being broke for another month. Like, that's not what I mean, you do not know what is coming from, how you're gonna make it. That has a total, the strain that it puts on you will allow for you to divert or deviate from any pursuit that you had, because that instability is clearly very necessary for life, but at a certain age it becomes a priority. So I pursued that, and it was about trying to figure out how I can financially sustain life. And I ended up, I would say, like around 2018, I had to say, God, you show me your way. Like, when I say surrender, I mean serious surrender, because as I said, I had a bout with depression and I was not going back. And I did not tell many people either. But who could saw that there was something wrong. And that's the thing about the people that you're around. People who you show yourself to and are able to see, because though you may not be doing things that are crazy and outlandish, if they know your spirit and they know who you are, they can tell when you're off. So ensure that you are around people who understand you, who see you. Not just see you physically, but see your soul and see you for who you are. Because in times where you lose yourself, they are the ones who will help you. They will be your beacon of light.